We shall continue to learn about oblique projectile motion as we discussed in the last class. In the last class, I showed you how to analyze the projectile motion into its individual components. By taking individual components, you can find the position of a point, a position of a particle, or a point of a projectile motion of a body. Right enough? So now we shall try to learn some more terms. Same diagram I am going to take. Let's take this is y-axis, this is x-axis, origin. Let's take this is a point of origin. One body is being projected with initial velocity u, which makes an angle theta. This body will travel a path like this. Why? Because there is an acceleration acting downward. There is an acceleration acting downward. This acceleration will be ay. Because acceleration is acting downward, let us take minus g. If I take this is ay positive, this is positive means ay will be negative. So we are going to take it as negative, that is minus g. And acceleration is acting along y-axis. Only that is the thing which is happening. As far as right now we have studied all the terms. First let us find. This is the maximum height. Time taken by the particle. Time taken by the particle to reach height. To reach height h. To reach height. Correct? So let t be the time. Let t be the time. What is this we call? Time taken by a projected body to reach its maximum height is nothing but, I call it as what? Time of ascent. As I told you. Correct no? Time of ascent. When I take this term, there is no requirement of taking let t. So what I will do? From equation, now here I am finding time. So along y-axis I make one equation. Along y-axis if I make an equation, time taken by the body to reach height h. Correct now? Time taken by the body, now forget about x, only look at y. If you look at y-axis, what is happening? Time taken by the body to reach height h. Correct? How to find? What will be its initial velocity if you ask me? Initial velocity will be uy is equal to u sin theta. And along x-axis, what will be its initial velocity? Ux is equal to u cos. This is the initial velocity along x-axis, initial velocity along y-axis. So initial velocity of a particle, if we analyze along y-axis, initial velocity is u sin theta. Final velocity, when the body reaches maximum height, what is the final velocity? It is 0. I am just talking about y-axis. I am just talking about y-axis. Don't worry about x-axis. So if you look at y-axis, the final velocity is 0. The time taken to travel from this initial velocity to final velocity when it is 0 is the time of ascent, which we have defined before. Correct? Time taken by the body to reach from this point to maximum height, or the time taken by the body to reach from this point to maximum height. Correct? Along y-axis, initial velocity is u sin theta, final velocity is 0, ay acceleration is minus g, t will be equal to time of ascent. From this, we know that vy is equal to uy plus ay into t. If I substitute these values, you are going to get 0 is equal to u sin theta minus gta. Correct now? Or ta is equal to u sin theta divided by this is the time of ascent or time taken by the particle to reach maximum height. Correct now? This is the time taken by the particle to reach this maximum height from the point to reach maximum height. This is the time of ascent. Got it now? This is the time of ascent. Next, what is that? Maximum height. This will be time of ascent. Previously I have shown. And we know that time of ascent will be equal to time of descent. Time taken by the particle to travel from this point to this point. Correct? That means whatever the upward motion is happening, that is time of ascent. Downward motion again to come back to original level or original height is a time of descent. And we know that what is that? Time of ascent is equal to time of descent. So I can write here, since TA is equal to TB, so time of descent also will be u sin theta by. So time of descent also is u sin theta by g here. Then time taken by the body to reach from highest point to ground, that is time of descent. Total time of flight, if you ask me, total time of flight will be this plus this. TA plus TD is total time of flight, which will be how much? U sin theta by g plus u sin theta by g. That is 2u sin theta by g. That is 2u sin theta by g. This is about time of ascent, time taken by the particle to reach maximum height. I have found. Next we will go to maximum height. The maximum height reached by the particle. The maximum height reached by the particle, if you throw a stone with angle theta, that is angle of projection, and initial velocity of projection is how to find? Again, forget about x-axis, look about y-axis. The particle in y-axis will travel from this point to this point, that is h. You have to find the distance of h. How I am going to find? Again, along y-axis. If you focus on y-axis, you will see that uy initial velocity is u sin theta when time is equal to 0, and vy is equal to 0. Final velocity along y-axis is 0. Acceleration is minus g. You have to find s. That is h. Distance or displacement traveled by the particle from this point to this point will give me h. Got it now? Along y-axis. So using what is that? V square y minus u square y is equal to 2ay into s. Along y-axis I am taking. Along y-axis. So what is v square y? 0 minus u square y. U square y, uy is u sin theta, so this is going to be u square sin square theta will be equal to 2 into ay is minus g, so you will get minus 2gh, minus 2gh. So h will be equal to, or maximum height I can write, h will be equal to maximum height reached by the particle in this projectile motion will be how much? U square sin square theta divided by 2. This is maximum height. U square sin square theta divided by 2. Got it? Very important expression. Next we find time of flight. Time of flight. We know what is the expression already previously I told you. Time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Let me find here. Time of flight, again using along y-axis motion only I am going to find. Time of flight is the time taken by the body to complete its journey from this point to this point. That is the total time of flight. If you look at along y-axis, what is happening? The particle will go up to height h. Again it is going to come down. Correct now? The particle will go up to height h. From height h it is going to come down. So if you are looking at along y-axis, journey to reach from this point to this point will be equal to reach to particular height h and again come back to its original position. Both time taken are same along y-axis. As I said before. So here time of flight I will analyze through along y-axis. If you take along y-axis, what is the motion maximum? If you take along y-axis, time taken for this complete journey is time of flight. Correct now? When t is equal to tf, time taken becomes tf, y will become 0. This point you have to remember. What is that? Particle will travel like this, again it will come back. If that is the total time taken, that is time of flight, what is the displacement of the body starting from this journey and again coming back to the same point? What is the displacement? Y will be equal to 0. So initial velocity if I take, it will be again u sin theta. So using y is equal to uyt minus half gt square. This is equal to ut plus half it square. In this case, g is acting downward. I am talking about the particle which is moving upward. Correct? Y is equal to uyt minus half gt square. What is y here? Y is equal to 0. What is uy? Uy is u sin theta into tf minus half gt square. Correct now? In this case, you can take tf common. If you take tf common, this is going to be u sin theta minus half g into tf. Are you understanding? So what will be the tf? I have taken here tf common. Let me write for you this. Tf I am taking common. If I take tf common, if I bring towards LHS side, it becomes 0. So this is going to be what? This is going to be 0 is equal to u sin theta minus half g tf. Got it now? Or tf will be equal to 2u sin theta by, this is one of the important relations. What is the total time of a projectile to travel? So it is tf is equal to 2u sin theta by. Got it? That is the time of flight by a projectile to travel from this point to this point. Next we find the expression for horizontal range. What is that? Horizontal range of the projectile, that is r. What do you mean by horizontal range? The distance traveled by an object which is projected with initial velocity u having an angle of projection theta along x-axis. This is the horizontal range. The distance traveled by an object from point O to, let's take this point as B, to point B. Correct? Or let's say point A. This is the maximum horizontal distance traveled by this projectile motion. Maximum horizontal distance traveled by this projectile motion is nothing but range of the projectile we call horizontal range. How much horizontally distance? If I throw a chart, how much horizontal distance is traveled? Correct now? We can find that. Now see, observe here. Now forget about y-axis. Don't think about y-axis. Only think about x-axis. What is the initial velocity of the object? If you see initial velocity of the object, it is u cos theta. Correct now? What is the final velocity of the object? Vx. If you ask final velocity, again it is u cos theta only. Why? You understand one thing. As object is moving like this, is there any acceleration which is acting opposite to x-axis? Along x-axis, is there any acceleration which is acting? There is no acceleration which is acting. So, when there is no acceleration which is acting along x-axis, whatever the body is having or it is attaining velocity along x-axis, whatever this particle is having velocity along x-axis, that velocity is never going to change until it completes its journey. Correct? Until the completion of this complete journey, it is never going to change. If you take at any point the components along x-axis, at any point the horizontal, the velocity along x-axis will be u cos theta only. This is what I am trying to tell. Correct? No? Because at every point the velocity of an object along x-axis will be, see, the visualization is very simple. Object is moving like this because it has certain velocity upward, it has velocity along x-axis. That is why object is moving. What is the velocity along x-axis if you ask me? It will be initially u cos theta. Now it keeps on be at u cos theta only until an acceleration is acting along x-axis. Acceleration is change in velocity. So if there is no acceleration, there is no question of change in velocity. So at every point of this projectile motion, the velocity along x-axis will be u cos theta. This is what I am trying to tell. So this, let us take, this is the what is that, u cos theta. Then what? We are finding what? We are trying to find range. Correct? No? So distance is equal to, let us take r. Time, if you talk about time, so time means it will be time of flight. So time taken by the object to reach from this point to this point, it is nothing but time of flight. So here, since there is no acceleration acting, I can take directly, what is that? This is x. X is equal to r. I can take x is equal to velocity u x into t. Are you understanding? U x into t. Because velocity is equal to displacement by time taken. So displacement is equal to velocity into time taken. There is no need of writing this. Still I have written, because both are remaining same. When both are remaining same, there is no question of writing. The displacement, velocity ux is equal to displacement by time. This formula happens when there is no acceleration. Correct now? So let us find x. X is nothing but range. Range, it will become range. This will become u cos theta. This will become t. It will be x will become r when the time is going to be t. Total time is. So let us find. So this r is equal to u cos theta into tf. R is equal to u cos theta into, what is tf from the previous derivation? Time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. 2u sin theta by g. So range will be equal to u square 2 sin theta into cos theta by. Correct, no? So what will be the range here? Range will be equal to u square sin 2 theta by. Range will be equal to u square sin 2 theta by. This is one of the important statement which we have written. What is that? Range is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Another term. 1 minute. What is the initial? A, B, C, D, E. What is that? This is E. Maximum horizontal range. Maximum horizontal range. That is R max. That is R max. What is maximum horizontal range? Means, what is the difference between horizontal range and a maximum horizontal range? That is R max. Horizontal range means the maximum distance traveled by a particle along x-axis is horizontal range. Maximum horizontal range means at what angle of projection the range will be maximum. That is maximum horizontal range. Are you getting that? Now if I change theta, the R value is going to change. If I change theta value, R value is going to change. For particular theta value, R value will become maximum. That value R maximum is nothing but R max. Here we know that R is equal to U square sin 2 theta by 2. R will become R maximum when this part becomes 90 degree. When 2 theta becomes 90 degree. Correct? Huh? When 2 theta becomes 90 degree. When 2 theta becomes 90 degree means theta will be equal to 45 degree. When theta is equal to 45 degree, what will happen? The sin 90 becomes 1. So R max is equal to U square by G. Are you understanding? The maximum horizontal range for a particular initial velocity, whatever the body you are throwing, the maximum horizontal range you can find when you throw an object at an angle of 45 degree. If you throw at an angle of 45 degree, you are going to find maximum horizontal range. Correct? Huh? Range means maximum distance or displacement traveled along its axis. In that, for different theta angles, you will have different ranges. So when you are going to expect the horizontal range maximum, when theta is equal to 45 degree. Equation of trajectory. What is that? Equation of trajectory. So what do you mean by equation of trajectory? I told you trajectory means the path followed by the particle. What is the path followed by the particle is nothing but equation of trajectory. If you see that the path followed by the particle is like this, correct? Which we call it as parabola from the equation. Let us prove that the path followed by the projectile motion is parabola. Correct? We can prove that. We'll prove that. So, how to find the trajectory? That means how to find the path of the line. How to find the path of the line? Mathematically, if the question is being asked, find the path followed by a line or path followed by a particle. How to find? You have to find the equation of the line represents path of this line. Try to understand. Whatever the equation you will find, you take any graph on x and y axis, whatever the shape of the line, if you find the equation of that line, it will give you an idea of what is the shape of that line. Correct? No? Equation of, that is why in physics, equation of line refers to what? Path followed by a projectile motion. So, what I was trying to tell you is that if you want to find the path of an equation, path of a projectile motion, you have to find the equation of this line. What do you mean by equation of this line? Equation of the line means you are finding the relation between y and x. If you find the relation between y and x based on this line, if you find the relation between y and x based on this line, that will be equation of line. Correct? Huh? Equation of line means what? You are finding the relation between y and x. That is what I am going to do here. Equation of trajectory. Equation of trajectory. Let me consider point P having position x comma y. Having position x comma y. What do you mean by this x comma y? You can understand. X is the x distance. Y is the y distance from the origin. X distance, y distance from the origin. Imagine the particle has taken time t to reach from point O to P. The particle has taken time t to reach from point O to P. If I analyze along x-axis, If I analyze along x-axis, along x-axis the body will move with constant velocity u cos theta. So this x is equal to, x distance is equal to u cos theta into t along x-axis. Distance is equal to, displacement is equal to velocity into time. Yes or no? Velocity into time. U cos theta into time. What is the t? Time taken by the particle to reach from origin to point P. X is equal to u cos theta into time. Then whatever the equation, I can write this time taken as x divided by u cos theta. What is that? X divided by u cos theta. If I talk about along y-axis, along y-axis, what you can see? Along y-axis, observe, acceleration is acting. When acceleration is acting, you can write y is equal to u sin theta t minus half gt square. Yes or no? Last class. Y is equal to u sin theta t, last class, minus half gt square. What is my target? To find the trajectory of the projectile motion or equation of trajectory or path followed. My target is to find the relation between x and y. Let us take this equation 1, this equation. If I take this is equation 1 and equation 2, what will be happening? The trajectory of the equation will become, second equation is going to become u sin theta into what is t? X by u cos theta minus half into g t square. What is the t square? X square by u square cos square theta. X square by u square cos square. Got it? So this will be equal to, what is that? Y u gets cancelled. Y is equal to x into tan theta will be equal to x into tan theta, not equal to, minus, look at it, g divided by 2u square cos square theta into x square. If I am going to run this, y is equal to, this I can write ax minus bx square. Why? Theta is constant, g is constant, u is constant, theta is constant. What are the only variables here? X and y are the variables. This equation, or let me write small ax minus bx. This equation represents path of the projectile motion, which is in the form of parabola. What do you mean by this? If you go into mathematics and check this equation, correct now? Here one thing I can write, where a is what? A is tan theta, b is g divided by 2 u square cos square theta. Are you understanding? where A is tan. This equation represents path of the projectile motion. Here I need a space to write. Let me write here. Where A is equal to what? Tan theta, and B is equal to, what is that? G divided by 2u square cos square theta. Are you understanding? These are the values of A and B. G by 2u square cos square theta is the value of B. A is 10. Are you understanding? What I am trying to tell you? What I am trying to tell you is, this will be not like this. Sorry, 1 minute. G divided by 2u square cos square theta. Cos square. This equation in mathematics, it is the equation for parabola. So I can say the trajectory of the motion, projectile motion, is parabola. The trajectory of the projectile motion is parabola. This is one standard form of writing. Correct, no? Trajectory equation can be written in another form. What is that? Let me write. Let me rub this and write. Keep remember. This is one format. Another form of writing is also possible, which will help you solving numericals. Correct, no? Y is equal to x tan theta minus g divided by 2u square cos square theta into x square. Correct, no? This is one thing. Now see here, in this equation, what you can do is find out what is that? Alternate another form of this equation of trajectory I am going to write. Y is equal to x tan theta minus g divided by 2u square into cos theta into cos theta. Can I write cos square theta into x square into x square? Can I write it? One alternate thing, one mathematical twist I will do. I will multiply here sin theta, here sin theta. If I multiply here both sides of sin theta and sin theta, this will become tan theta. Okay? Now this will equation I will write y is equal to x tan theta will be equal to x square tan theta divided by 2u square cos theta into sin theta divided by g. Can I write this? Yes or no? So this can be written as y. See, this g upside was there. If I take downward, it will come in the denominator of the denominator. Correct, no? It will come in the denominator of the denominator. So y is equal to x tan theta. Sorry, this is not equal to, this is minus sign, correct? No? Minus x square tan theta divided by u square sin 2 theta by g. Correct, no? U square sin 2 theta by g. Yes or no? This equation is going to be this equation. Now, if I rub this, what is that? Another format I am going to write. What is that? This equation, you studied what is u square sin 2 theta by g. What is u square sin 2 theta by g? U square sin 2 theta by g is nothing but range. Is nothing but range. Y is equal to tan theta or x into tan theta minus x square tan theta divided by r. Are you understanding? Divided by r. This will be the standard. Another standard. Very important trajectory equation. Rarely will be used. velocity of a particle at any time t. Velocity of a particle at any time t. Now what I am trying to find, I know initial velocity ux, uy. I want to find velocity of a particle at any time t. In between this journey, complete journey, I can find velocity at any point if I know the time t. Correct? No? So what I will do, I have taken one point P, correct? No? Which is having a position what? X comma y and time t. Let me take the velocity as v at point P. So I am going to find what is the velocity at point P. I am going to find what is the velocity at point P. At this point, this is the direction of velocity. This is the direction of. If I resolve at point P, if I resolve this velocity into two components, what is that? One is parallel to x-axis, one is perpendicular to x-axis. If I take this angle, acceleration is 0. If I take this angle as alpha, making with horizontal line, this is v means this will be vx final velocity, this will be vy. Correct? No? At point P, this will be final velocity at what is the time taken to reach this point T? What are the positions at point P? X comma y. Correct? No? Let us take the velocity v and its horizontal component of final velocity for time t is vx, vertical component is vy. From this equation, I can write v is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap. In vector, if I want to write vx I cap plus vy j cap will give you the velocity at a point P in vector form. Correct? No? If I talk about along x-axis means I will try to find about velocity, final velocity of vx. Along x-axis, ux will be equal to vx. Ux will be equal to vx, which will be equal to u cos theta. So here vx will be equal to u cos theta. Correct? Now, let us analyze along y-axis. If I talk about y-axis, look at it. Initial velocity is u sin theta. Final velocity is downward. Anyhow, so there is an acceleration acting. Using equation, vy is equal to uy minus or uy plus ay into t along y-axis. This equation I can write here. Velocity at any time t, I am going to write. That means I will find the velocity of a particle in terms of t equation, in terms of time equation. I am going to write this. So here I can write vy is equal to, what is vy? We are going to find. What is uy? Uy is u sin theta. What is plus ay? Ay is minus into t. Correct? No? This is the value of vy. This is the value of vx. So vector v is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Vector v will become, what is that? U cos theta I cap plus u sin theta minus gt. One thing you have to observe, the velocity along y-axis is changing with respect to time. What is that? The velocity vy is changing with respect to time because acceleration is acting along y. Vx velocity remains constant. constant. Until and unless you change u and the value of theta, it is remaining same. But look at the value of Vy. Velocity of a particle at any time t depends on t. Correct? No? So since I can write the magnitude of this will be how much? Vx square plus Vy square. The magnitude of vector V will be Vx square plus Vy square. So what I can write from this? I can write here the mod V or velocity V, mod V will be equal to Vx square u square cos square theta, u square cos square theta plus Vy u sin theta minus gt whole square. Are you understanding? So if you solve for this, V is equal to u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta plus g square t square minus a plus b, a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2a. You can write minus 2 into u sin theta, u gt sin theta. All comes under 2. This is all coming under, correct? No? U square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta. If you take u square common, sin square theta plus cos square theta, which will be equal to what? V is equal to u square t square minus 2ug p sin theta. What is that? 2ug t sin theta. So this is the equation for what? Velocity of a particle in time t. What is that? This is the equation velocity of a particle in time t. If you want to find at any point what is the velocity, this is the formula in terms of t. Better you remember the derivation. From vector form, I have taken Vx cap, Vxi cap plus Vyj cap. Correct now? I have taken through vector. Here you can still write, what is that? Here you can write one equation still. Vector u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta j cap. What is that? If you want to write in terms of vector I j, you can write it. There is no problem in that. What enough? There is no problem in that. So this is the velocity of a particle at any time t. Magnitude value I found out. Value magnitude value. Initially what I have taken Vx I cap plus Vy cap. I am resolving these two components. Then I am finding individually Vx. Then I am finding individually Vy. Then I am finding out the magnitude of them. This is where vectors are used. In this vector is used. If I want to write I cap, j cap, L. Correct now? Then sorry, I must not waste the video. H may be velocity of particle at any position x, y. Previously I found out velocity of particle formula in terms of at any time t. Now I am finding velocity of particle at any position x, y. At any position x, y. So basically I will try to write equations in terms of x and y. What I am trying to do? I will try to write the equation in terms of x and y. How I am going to write? Let's see. Correct? Vector velocity can be written as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. Yes or no? The component x I cap with the direction I cap Vy j cap along y. Correct? No? So I can write this. What is I cap? Direction along x axis. What is j cap? Direction along y axis. Now Vx, if I want to find, I can find here Vx. How can I find? Along x, if I say Vx will be equal to how much again? Ux u cos theta. So Vx is equal to u cos theta. Along y axis, along y, along y axis if I deal, along y axis if I deal, along y axis, Vy, slight formula I am going to choose. Previously I used the formula, what is that? V is equal to u plus at. Right now I will be using the formula Vy square is equal to, along y axis, Vy square is equal to Uy square plus 2a, no? Plus 2a. General formula is plus 2as. In this case, it becomes 2as. Now I drop the heading. So see here, you write a notes because in this very small space I am writing all the equations. Better make a notes. Then you see that what I have written one by one. You will understand the things. Right now, Vy square can be written as Uy. What is Uy? Uy is u square sin square theta minus, because g I am taking ay, this is actually ay is what? Minus g, minus 2 into g into s is here y. What is the along y axis? S is the displacement, that is y. I am applying v square minus u square is equal to 2as of formula for along y axis. Along y axis. So this will be the formula for Vy square. This is the formula for Vx. From this formula, mod V can be written as Vx square plus Vy square. From this formula only I am writing. Magnitude can be written. Correct? So mod V vector is nothing but V root of Vx u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta. What is v square? U square sin square theta minus 2gy minus 2gy. So v is equal to root of u square, you take common, sin square theta plus cos square theta. If you take sin square theta plus cos square theta, it is 1 u square minus 2gy, u square minus 2g. Right now, this is the formula. Velocity along y. This is the formula. Velocity along this direction. Correct? This direction. So magnitude value I have found. For both of the case, previous case and this case, if you want to find the direction of V, how to find the direction of V? See, this is the velocity at a point, any position. One thing you can observe, the velocity of a particle is depending on y coordinate. It is not depending on x coordinate. That means the velocity of this object is changing at every point because of the change in displacement along y axis, because acceleration is acting along y axis. That is the meaning. Look at this operation. Now let us find for this case, these are two values I follow. Velocity at any position time t, at any position x comma y. I showed that velocity of a body at any point on this projectile motion does not depend on x coordinate, x value. Its value, velocity is changing because of the y value. That is what I have. Correct now? So find the direction. So direction of the, I can can write it. Direction of V vector. This is. How to find direction of V? Direction of this is measured by angle tan alpha is equal to Vy by Vx. Based on the given data, you find out the direction. What is the given data? Vy in terms of x and y, Vy in terms of time t. Previously I have given. You have to see those equations and you can substitute here. Find the angle alpha. If you find the angle alpha, you will get the direction of a velocity of a particle at particular point time t or x comma y. Got it now? This is about velocity of a particle at any position or at any time t, which happens, which is available or which is attainable at a particular point on the projectile motion.